Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Goddess Truth. Allow me to introduce you to a new segment or experience to my journey, and that is my story time. Yes, I will be giving you my truth, real life facts, real life instances, real life stories. Allow yourself to sit back, grab you a tea, grab you, your coffee, your popcorns, honey, whatever your pick, your poison, your choice, whatever is clever, and have a seat and sit back and allow me to guide you in my journey of my military Valentines. Yes, in honor of Valentine's. I want to take you guys there. Um, so come on, sit down, relax, listen to your girl. Listen. Anybody that's new, I like to bring truth. I like to tell the truth. You go through things and things just rock your dome and it makes you feel whoa, you know. So through my journey, I just figured that I could bring any enlightenment, any enhancements, anything to make you think, anything to make you look at things in a better perspective. So yes, every Tuesday, story time with your girl, Goddess Truth. Welcome to my military Valentines. Once upon a time, I went to this club, and I happened to go to the club by myself for the first time ever in life. I went in about 21 years old. And actually, I'm lying. I was only 20. Yeah, my ID um, had a year off, a year up, so it made me 21. So yeah, I was able to get in the clubs a year before because of a mistake on my year. So anyway, carrying on. First time being in the club by myself. I already was in my head, feeling crazy, upset, and just down and out, and really shouldn't have even been in the club. But out of nowhere, I'm at the bar, and this guy, he rose up, and it's kind of cute because he just, he slid in there kind of sweet. He asked a question, and I came back with attitude because I was already aggravated. And like I said, I shouldn't have even been in the club, but I believe something had happened right before I had went. It did something did happen. I just can't remember exactly what. But anyway, follow your girl. Carrying on, honey. So the guy was so charming. He was so sweet, and even though I was throwing off these vibes as just straight, just stank, he still carried on with your girl. He still was there for her. Okay, she was throwing it at him, honey, just throwing all kind of bullets. He was dodging them. Okay, so of course, that was a turn on because he was persistent. If you've ever heard persistence overcomes resistance, yeah. Follow your girl. She gonna teach you something. Everybody ain't gonna be able to teach you something. If somebody can teach you something, that means that's for you. That means God has something for you. That means that is His wisdom. That is His knowledge. It doesn't matter who it comes from. The stories have been said over and over again. But anyway, honey, God's truth is carrying out. Honey, listen. So, honey, we had a ball. Honey, I met this guy, child. He was the sweetest thing ever, honey, moving right along. This is, after the club. So, time goes on. I think about a good week goes on, and I'm about to go out of town. I'm going to Arizona, and I hit him up and letting him know I'm getting ready to go out of town. And he was like, okay, well, come by the barracks before you leave. And I'm like, okay, I will. Got there to the barracks, and he was like, said our little hugs and whatnot. He said, I'm going to, see you later. I know you ain't, ain't going to be gone long, but I just want to let you know I want to see you. And I wanted to make sure I, gave you a hug and a kiss. And he said, here's my ATM card. Here's the pen. And I want you to go and get half. It's so-and-so in there. You always leave $1 extra. This was in the 90s, you guys. So he always would leave $1 extra for himself. He would, whatever money he had, this guy would split. If it was $1,000, he would take 501. Is it? Yeah, he would take 501 and I would take 499. Yes, I had known this guy but a week, and this is what he did. So anyway, gave me half of what he had and explained his rationale as to why he split his money the way he do. As far as I was concerned, this guy was single. He told me he was. He had 3 kids. And when I got back, we were getting closer. He told me he had 3 kids. You know, they were in the same state but further south, and well, the same state that we happened to be in at that time. And we went. But they were further south or whatnot. And so he spoke of no wife. You know, he nothing about family. He never said anything about any family. Never spoke about anything but his kids. And you have to remember at that time I was just 20, so allow me to, show you, how I got to where I am and the certain stories and whatnot that I've lived. And I'm not afraid to tell my story. I sat down with God before I came to you. So it ain't about you. Just sit and listen. If it's about you, you'll sit and listen. If it's not, you're going to do what others do, and that's carry on. Okay. So anyway, honey, listen, this thing, honey, he had a Saab, and if you know your girl back in the 90s, she loved a Saab, honey. I'm driving the car, and he on the barracks, okay? I'm driving the car every day, ain't got to bring him the car. We kicking it for months. We kicking it, honey, we strong, honey. He got the Saab, I'm the one driving it. I pick him up, or I don't. If I didn't see him that day, it didn't matter. We would speak on the phone, chat it up, and that would be that. So he spoiled me, literally spoiled me. He asked me, we was on my birthday. I was turning 21 that year. That was the actual year of me turning 21. And he was 34, might I add. And he told me out of nowhere, we sitting there drinking and whatnot, and he asked me to marry him. And I'm just 21, and I'm just like, whoa. I was kind of, didn't know what to say or think or whatnot, but I didn't know. I was excited, and I said yes. I don't even know how excited I was. I'm such a lame. You have to get to know me. I'm real lame, so I'm not your average girly girl. I am a girly girl, but bro, my emotions, bro. I don't know. I love everyone, so it's hard for me to fall in love. Yeah, I'm like that. Everybody, naturally, I love you. I love everyone until you show me something different. That's why I know something's wrong out here. That's why I say, hey, let me come and share my stories with my brothers and sisters, and maybe someone, who's different from the regular here. Because everybody do the same stuff, It's not much origination. Am I saying that right, Lord? Anyway, folks ain't very original these days, and they seem to think they are, but it's just history being repeated over and over again. And certain things are a little, different, but when it boils down to it, we just add a different thing on it, an extra wheel, or an extra bolt. The saying, whatever's clever. So, anyway, honey. So, child, let me tell you, honey, about this dude. So, honey, he loving on your girl, honey, treating her good, honey, got her feeling like the world, honey. And I didn't feel at first excited, but I felt comfortable enough to let go and say, okay, this is for real. So out of nowhere, you guys, this was almost a year of us talking, a year of us coding. And he comes out of nowhere. And, well, first let me say this. Let me tell you this. Well, I have to say, what I liked about him, what I loved is that he was extremely sweet, okay? He was so respectful. Like I said, he gave me like I was his woman, literally. I was. He did everything that you would think a guy would do. He wasn't abusive. He was kind. The sex was good. The Rome, everything was good. He was like a typical dude. Not like these guys these days. Talking about thotting it up and slobbing on my knob and jump down on my dick and all that shit. Because a real man ain't talking about what's in his bedroom. But okay. Anyway, so carrying on, you got to be, you got to be on another level to catch on with that kind of stuff. So anyway, like I said, people just do the same as everybody else do, but you on to something when you have someone who does something that's different than the norm. And that's why I don't have friends, because everybody regular. And I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings or say anything, but you ain't gonna tell me that something ain't boring to me, and stuff has become boring. So I'm at a desperate plea to tell you anything that I can give, and that allows me to go back to this. So, honey, after all that mess happened, I come back to him and I asked him. We hadn't talked anything about the engagement. We hadn't said nothing else, And so I got ready to come and talk to him about it, y'all. No, I know what happened. I came over to his room one day, and it was a girl there, and I'm like, what the world? It was two women there. That one girl had, it was just crazy. I'm like, what the world is going on? And she was like, this is just my friend. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said that, but he hadn't told me anything or said anything to, me about the girl. But like I said, I'm the one driving the car. Everything is cool as far as I know. And then all of a sudden, I'm like feeling kind of strange, because all of a sudden this girl keep on popping up. And I really don't feel threatened, but I do feel threatened because it was all of a sudden, and it was like out of nowhere he changed, and I didn't know what caused him to change. He literally had just kind of like dipped, but left everything with me. It was crazy. So, child, next thing I know, honey, he invites me to a fashion show with this girl, that we seen in the room. So it was clear that she was just a person of what is it called, monogamous, hold on, platonic, excuse me. I'm sorry, I have fibromyalgia. So if you hear me say the wrong words, or if you hear me speak in a term that's like loose as a goose, and that's only because I'm not as conscientious as you. Yeah. and I have a problem with that. So yeah. So, anyway, going back to this dude, honey, we going and chilling at the little honey, at the fashion show. Me and her, we end up talking, and child, she talking about he supposed to promote her. I'm like, promote? Oh snap. Excuse me. I'm like, promote? Promote who? How? When the hell this happened? Child, next thing I know, I go to him, and nothing has been said about the, engagement, but I go and I say something, and honey, he acted as if I had never said anything to him. He acted like he had never said anything to I'm sorry, excuse me. He acted like he had never, like we had never discussed that ever, and it was as if we didn't. It was literally as if we hadn't discussed it, we hadn't talked about it. He acted as if like I was in my mind, out of my mind. And I was baffled, and I was only 21, a young, fresh 21 at that. So I didn't know how to take that. I was, a bit baffled and strange. It was strange, and like, wow, I didn't know I never knew a person could do that. I didn't know a person lied. This person was so respectful. I mean, you guys, extremely respectful, very loving. Child, come to find out, child, the damn thing was married with 3 kids, honey. How you gonna ask me to marry you and you already married? But yeah, come to find out he was married. And it was no marriage for us. So happy Valentine's, because everybody, y'all, running around on that Valentine's, that's cute and all that. But real love, Valentine's Day is every day. But only the simple would catch, one day, So, that's one thing about truth. I'm not going to say things that may ruffle your feathers because, truth hurts. But in my personal opinion, I may feel that it is simple when I feel like it is a wasted day. Because Valentine's Day does not make sense when you have people going through each and every day not showing love. Yeah, the dude ended up being a liar. He was a cheater, and then he ended up damn playing me. And what I learned was that people were mean. And I can tell how mean people are when somebody on the simple right now. I didn't know that I was going to come on here and I thought I was going to instantly go out and speak to the public and people were going to want to hear. I didn't know that I had to go through other YouTubers to get out here or just by chance, what do you call it, Lord? Viral video. I didn't know how this worked. I'm very green in a bubble when it comes to people. And I had no idea that I had to jump through hoops with rings with fire and over hot coal to just get a fellow community to do something as simple. We're all doing the same thing, but it's a different content. But even on the strength of it being the same thing, I never knew people were so disgraceful, so disrespectful. But I learned that at 21. I learned that I had to be okay with people being okay with being liars and being deceitful to each other. I had to learn to lean on the Lord. I had to learn and figure out that people were distractions. Excuse me. I had to be more aware and selective of who I came in contact with. And that's what I recommend for any and everybody is that are you, loving and buying the roses for the right person? Are you going bananas and about to take off of work or make one day special and this man can't even treat you worth nothing the days before that or the days afterwards? If you ain't doing what you're doing today, every day, some things, some productions are too expensive. But if you got it, you do it. And if you don't, because you're supposed to give flowers now, you're supposed to give props today. You're supposed to give love today. You're supposed to give honor today, respect and praise to each other today, not when folks are gone. That sounds silly and ignorant. But only, the slow wouldn't. If you're slow enough, you'll feel like that's cool. But the devil is tricky. What I learned in my story was that he sends a nice, sweet, beautiful, something. Whether it's a female or a male. So that's why you have to look beyond the superficialism of life. You got to go farther than that. Because while you sitting up here trying to drop it hot, having a big ass, a snatched waist, big titties, a damn face, when that shit gone, will be the typical person to have a wreck and have your face messed up for the rest of your life because you want something so bad. You know how many? I mean, I ain't nothing but a young. I'm just a young 26. I've said that in spirit, and at heart, and I have a beautiful mind and heart, and it's young, and at the same time it's wise. And I'm wise enough to know what's wrong around me, and I'm wise enough to know that I like consistency. I don't like liars. I don't like to be around people who are not going to have my back. I drive amongst people every day that could care less whether I live or not, and maybe that's okay for you guys, but for those who feel that it's something different and that it is something beyond this point, continue to journey with your girl. Let's go deeper and find out what's going on. Let's ask questions. Remember the stories that you have. God is the author of all things that are good. He is not the author of confusion. So when you have things in your life that are not right, then understand you have another entity jumping in there. He's jumping in there to either stop you from loving God, because you're loving him too much, or he's in there because he sees that you like to dance with him. Because people like to dance with the devil and don't think that they dancing with the devil. But because if you're doing something negative, sweetheart, I'm sorry, just because you didn't go out and say devil, devil, and pull up a witch's brew, or I don't know, they call them witches, and do this and that and the other, all that's fluff. But just because you didn't do that, if you are doing anything in the name of negativity, then my friend, you are a worshiper and child of the Lucifer, Satan. Yes, you are. Yes, darling. Sorry to be the bad news bearer, but I see you. If you can't be nice, respectful, a simple like, a simple comment, I know that something's wrong with you. I can feel your energy from here. Is that something? How do you think that feels? To be able to feel a person's energy from here, and I'm not even around you, but I can hear, I can feel the facetiousness, the hate. You know, I'm on here to do, you know, everybody want $1, yes, and everybody want to be big, but what you don't understand is I'm already big in the heavens. I ain't trying to be, I'm shy. I don't like all that. I had to get with the Lord to be okay to come and talk to y'all, because I ain't for all that. That's why I don't even show myself, because I don't like, you have to understand and know me. And that is, I don't talk to dummies. Now that's rude to say, but I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. And if I bend down to drink water and you turn around and look at me and say what I do, then at that point, my friend, you are a dummy. And I can't fuck with you. And that means you don't want to mess with me because you cannot see. If I got to make you drink it or drink it for you, then that's a problem. So I'm around people that just do whatever and think whatever is clever, and then it's supposed to be okay. You're supposed to have questions. You're supposed to ask questions. You're supposed to find out what's going on around you. And you call other people crazy. No, you welcome to this world of maniacs. Every child, old person, and fool, they same. We the ones got we the crazies. Because if you can continue to walk around this knowing it ain't nothing but the devil's den, it's something wrong with you. Now, with that being said, honey, listen, I'm just trying to bring you a little truth. I know you may be a little scared of it because it hurts. And like I say, this ain't for everybody. Because like I said, it hurts. And you got people that'll hurt you just because it hurts. And I'm okay with that. That's fine. Because I know a weak person when I see one. I know a simple person when I see one. When you're full of love and energy, you bring that off. You don't talk that shit because that's just talk. Your messages should be beautiful, be nice and kind. But they're not that way because you don't know God. You just want. Now, I realize that I'm just dealing with other YouTubers. You just want $1. And then mad because, you know, you have to keep going, trying to figure out how to keep a system of finding people to kick it with. It's sad. And want somebody to share your stuff, you won't even share theirs. Want somebody to like yours, and you won't even like theirs. Want somebody to comment on yours, you won't even comment. Are you making sense? This is what I live around. This is what you people live around. And nobody says anything. So with that being said, something's wrong with you. You may have them diseases. Diseases, Jesus. These folks got that disease. What disease? That negative disease. The disease of dumbness, ignorance, ridiculous. They got a show called Ridiculousness. Ridiculousness. Yes. So many diseases. Ooh, sad, sad. Scary Virgin Mary. But anyway, y'all listen, honey. That's it for me today, honey. I want to do a little story time any way I can. Like I said, I want to bring any type of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, any type of whatever. That's what you should be doing. That's what your platform should be used for. This platform, this is beautiful. Don't be mistaken by the devil. You have a platform because the Lord didn't use anybody and everybody he could. The rich won't shine for him. So it's the poor now. Because you've seen what the rich do. They just stay rich. They don't shine for him. They won't even say, shoot, they go on a award and they say something about God for a minute. You give me an award, what the hell you giving me an award for? Honey, I don't need an award. I already got a bunch of them because I know the Lord. But of course somebody will want this worldly stuff because they don't know the Lord. So God give people a platform, baby. You better use it accordingly. And with that being said, honey, listen, this is your girl. God is true. And you just been what? Story timed. Bye.